Dispatch to all units. This is a third alarm. Switch to the TAC channel.
You got water.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TAC channel. I'm your host, Heath Meredith. This is the Third Alarm Cowboys podcast. This is a podcast for firefighters. We talk about real life situations, stuff in your station like leadership and promotions, and stuff in your personal life like relationships and finances. You name it, we talk about it. Some things may be a little controversial, but that's real life, and that's what we're going to talk about on this show. Man, guys, this is the deal. This is a 4th of July episode. I've had a lot of stuff that's been on my mind here lately. And to be quite frank, man, I'm ready to go absolutely nuclear. For those of you that are a little simple, to be quite frank, you're just simply just too offended by shit, this ain't going to be the episode for you. I got a lot of stuff that I want to say. I got a lot of stuff that I need to cover and a lot of people that I want to piss off in the mood of the 4th of July, 250 years of this country being great and being able to say whatever in the fuck we want to say. And so that's exactly what's going to go on this episode. If that's not something you're down for, you go ahead and turn it off now. Guys, as you all can tell, let me get into a little housekeeping real quick. Before I forget, man, I got my first form right here. They just dropped a new, brand new flavor. It's the lemonade summer flavor. It's non-carbonated. It literally tastes like Country Town lemonade. It's great. It's still got your energy and all that stuff. No sugar and everything like that. Guys, I love First Form. They've been great to me. They've been one of our sponsors from the very beginning. Andy Frisella is by far a badass. I follow him on all of his platforms that he's done, the Real AF podcast, the MFCEO, and then now the Operator Standard app, where we are truly kicking ass on that app. I'm using it. It's a full-on business personal assistant app that you can do to get all your different tasks done that you need to for the day, and basically give guidance to keep you and hit your, what, he calls your power list, make sure you get your critical things done for the day to really guide you and move your business in a proper method. If that's something that you're interested in, shoot me a message, shoot me a DM. If you want some First Form products, whether it's protein, energy drinks, the new ready to drink protein, which is absolutely badass, 30 grams of protein in an already made up bottle that you can, you can get it at a gas station whenever. If you want to support me and support this podcast, you can order it through us. Firstform.com/Third Alarm Cowboys. That's the number one STPHORM.com/Third Alarm Cowboys. Shoot me a message, shoot me a DM, shoot me an email, and let me know what it is that you're looking to do with your health and your energy, your goals, as far as being able to be a better firefighter. And I could talk you through and work you through getting your nutritional goals, getting a workout plan together, all that kind of stuff. I've done that for dozens and dozens of guys at this point, and really helping people get their health and fitness to be able to do this job and get to a better place, feeling better, looking better, all that good stuff. The next thing, guys, Payne Mason Cigars. The Third Alarm Cowboys cigars. This is the firefighter cigars. I got the Chief out today. That's what I'm going to burn tonight, getting ready for the 4th. When you guys see this episode, it'll be the 4th of July. I hope that you all are being safe. You guys that are on duty, man, I know that y'all are liable to be busy. Y'all just stay safe and take care of each other. If you're interested in having the badass firefighter cigars, they're made by Payne Mason, which is out of California. They're the only truly hand-rolled cigar company really left in this country. No machine packing and no chemical dyeing. So that real bad bitter aftertaste you get after you buy a gas station type cigar, you don't get that with these. They are true dried tobacco with no chemicals, nothing to make them look darker, all that good stuff. And I absolutely love them. They're very popular at conferences, and basically we sell out everywhere we go with these cigars. I'm very, very proud to be partnered with Payne Mason and for them to allow us to have these firefighter cigars. We got 5 different blends, basically from bold to mild. So depending on like what type of beer you like to drink, we have a flavor that'll match that type of beer, whether you like bold or mild tobaccos, blends, all that kind of stuff. We've got it all, guys. 5 different blends of different cigar tobaccos. So with that being said, man, I know that's a little quick rundown. I just got to drop in and let you guys know that's how we pay the bills, man. But guys, this is the deal. I'm gonna call this episode probably call it the State of the Union of the Fire Service. To be quite frank, we're fucking radioactive. That's the State of the Union of the Fire Service. We are absolutely radio fucking active. Where we've gotten as a society, where we've gotten as a culture, and just deep down where we've gotten as a fire service, we should honestly just go fucking choke ourselves. Because there's nothing going on in these platforms with social media, whatever the hells you want to call them in the fire service right now. Nothing that's going on is worth a damn. You can go on my feed. I dropped an article For you guys that are really loving my articles, man, I just want to throw this out as a caveat. I really, really greatly appreciate y'all. Our articles are getting shared thousands of thousands, tens of thousands of times, millions of views. I think right now we're sitting at like some of my articles and everything are getting like 3 to 4 million views on some of them. Guys, that's because of y'all. And I'm not giving you cookie cutter bullshit. I'm not giving you hot and fluffy bullshit, rainbows and unicorns that all these people want to pretend that the fire service is. I'm telling you my stories, things I've gone through, things I've experienced, putting them in an article format because I'm not playing with the big name whatevers anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. This shit is radio fucking active of what we've got going on in the fire service. And you guys know it just as well as I know it. We got people getting destroyed, absolutely toxic behavior that's going on from everybody in every damn direction. You know, and to be quite frank, me writing these articles has genuinely exposed that. I didn't know it was the way that it was until I started reading those comments. And on the last article that I really dropped beginning of this week, which I did do a follow-up, but the original article I dropped beginning of this week was called I've Lost the Love of the Job, right? That got, I want to say, 3 to 4 million views. I don't know, 500-600 comments, maybe even more. Thousands of shares, all that kind of stuff. Guys, that's y'all. So you're not going to tell me that we're doing a fucking good thing in today's fire service, that we're in a good place when an article that's that deep about that many issues and that many people that feel like they've lost the love of the job, which is the best job on the planet, guys. Being a firefighter is the best fucking job you could ever imagine. And yet we have this many people that have gone through the same amount of shit. Well, I'm here to tell every single great guru out there that's teaching some shit, that's selling a book, that's selling a class, that's doing lectures and doing seminars and keynote speaking and everything out there. What you're doing ain't working. What you're doing is not working. We cannot have this many firefighters across the country that have this amount of loss of love for the job, and you go and read the comments, and it's story after story after story that is literally might as well be copied and pasted. And most of these people I reach out to and end up having a conversation with because that's what I do. I actually give a fuck. Time out on that. And let me elaborate on that just a second. Guys, when you actually message me, if you message me on the Third Alarm Cowboys Facebook page, email, Instagram, that's me. You're getting a response from me. I don't have a bunch of bots. I don't have a whole media team. There ain't nobody sitting here. This is me. Okay? I don't have all this super fancy shit that all these great, people with media teams and producers and editors, and they don't even answer their own emails and they don't answer their own DMs. That's not the case for me, guys. You're getting it from me. This is my real name. That's why I wore my instructor shirt. This is my real name. I'm not running off a fake nothing. Why? Because I believe in this country, and the 4th of July I could say what the fuck I want to say. And for those of you that say, well, that don't mean it's free of consequences. Yeah, it don't mean it's free of consequences. Here's the deal, and here's what I believe in. You can if you're old enough to open your mouth, you're old enough to get hit in your fucking mouth. And whether that means physically or that means on social media with the comments and everything else, yeah, there's people that want to come after me. But here's the deal, and why I say that we're radioactive. What we're teaching is not working. This many people cannot have so many problems in their departments, in their careers, and feel fucking hated for loving the job if what we're doing is working. People are killing themselves. Guys are going home and killing themselves. I didn't address, and I'm mad at myself for it because I had several guys that actually messaged me and were like, hey, man, are you going to say anything about mental health month, men's health? Guys, this is why I ain't saying shit during the month of June about mental health. Because we're fucking doing it. You guys are doing it. Guys are not going home and killing themselves and having mental health problems behind the calls that they're running. They're going home and having mental health problems because of you motherfuckers. They're going home and having mental problems for the same reasons that I put out a post telling a story. And this is the thing, guys. This is the thing that's absolutely magical to me. You don't have to believe the shit that I say. You weren't there. I don't give a fuck. The stories that I share, and I'm going to get real deep into this here in a minute. The stories that I share are my experiences in my career and in my life. You can read the article, you can see this reel, and oh man, that guy's going to have a stroke. Who and what set him off? You motherfuckers set me off. Because you're fake as shit. Everybody that has a platform in today's fire service gets on here and says, man, we're, I just want to make the fire service better. That's what they're trying to do. Just want to make the fire service better. Okay. Well, if you're trying to make the fire service better, and I literally saw a platform this week that on their tagline, it says, this page is for making EMS better, making the fire service better, blah, blah, blah. We care about mental health and support. And yet you literally rip off my article, copy and paste it, change a couple words in there so that you can put the shit on your own page. You got 300 or 400 shares and everybody's like, oh my God, this is so great. This is so great. You're a fucking thief. You're a thief and you're saying you care about people's mental health and you're trying to support them. You are a thief. Therefore, you're a piece of shit. You don't care about people's mental health because you're stealing somebody else's intellectual property that's actually trademarked. But you're stealing it and you're plagiarizing. Why? Because you want the attention. That's why I say that we're radioactive. The state of the fire service is radio fucking active. This is the other beauty and the things that I want to get into on this, man. And you guys aren't to blame me. I talk about, my stories and everything like this. And let me just give y'all a little perspective. You cannot like my delivery. You cannot like that I'm in your fucking ass right now. You don't have to like that. But what you can understand is I have seen chief after chief after chief in the great state of Texas, within the county that I work and neighboring counties around East Texas, Southeast Texas as a whole, departments that I have either worked for or departments that I worked right beside. I've seen everything from fire chiefs that were taking hundreds of thousands of dollars in a salary. They were married but had their mistress hired as their business administrator, buy $100,000 engagement rings with taxpayer money through slush funds that they did within the department so they could buy their mistress a ring, go to countless conferences in Florida and all this shit, so they literally get to take their side piece on the trips funded by the taxpayers. I've seen that. I've literally seen, and this is the beauty, guys. You saw me when I put that post out and I started dropping some of these hints. And I'm not putting names on it because, quite frankly, I don't have the time. You want to go? You want to sue me? Let's do it, because discovery is going to be a motherfucker for you. But the thing is, I don't want to go through that process because, quite frankly, I don't have the spare time to deal with all the lawsuits. That's why I don't drop names, okay? But the deal is, this is shit that's happened. People have been fired behind these actions or dismissed, asked to resign. Now, the thing that pisses me off and why I get mad about it and I talk about it is because I've literally seen that I can count of about a half a dozen chiefs that literally get fired for stealing, sexual harassment, misappropriation of funds, misappropriation of tax ID numbers, all this other shit. That's a whole other story. All this other shit, they literally pick up the phone, and because we are so radioactive in today's fire service, they have the ability to pick up the phone and call a chief right next door that's doing the same schemes, say, hey man, I need a job. Boom, magically out of overnight, a brand new assistant chief of fucking fire extinguishers position pops up, and these guys get to go be a chief over there. And you don't have to like what I'm saying. You don't have to like my delivery, but it's happened. I've seen a fire chief that was running a heavy equipment company on days off where he had bulldozers and dump trucks and all this kind of stuff. Buy all that shit on the city's tax ID so that he didn't have to pay taxes on the shit. He got caught for it. Did it go viral? No. He was asked to quietly leave. Now he's a chief somewhere else. I've seen this shit repeatedly happen over and over and over. Chiefs get caught stealing tons of money, stealing it from the pension, stealing it from you guys. Well, man, we don't want the media involved in this. So we're going to ask you to resign. We're going to pay out your severance package. Just leave quietly and bygones be bygones. And none of you guys are saying shit. That is why guys are killing themselves, because they're sitting over here. They're having mental crisis because they're stressed the fuck out because they work for a chief that literally violates everything that we came into. And let me just tell you, some of you are like, holy shit. Yes. Let me just tell you, I'm not a perfect person. Made a lot of mistakes, drank a lot, did a lot of drugs, ran a lot of women, all the kind of stuff that you guys, hear about, the horror stories that could potentially be out there. Not proud of it, but it is what it is. I got clean and cleaned up my act to keep this job. Okay? Every time I got pulled over and I had been drinking, I was fucking nervous. Hey man, I get DWI, I'm going to lose my job. I'll lose my certifications. Now, when I first started getting into the fire service and was testing all these places, the level of background checks that were going on were insane. My hometown department they would go talk to your neighbors. They went back and talked all the way back to your elementary school teachers. What kind of kid was he? How was he growing up? Was he defiant? Was he this? Was he that? They talked to the background check was easier to get into the fucking CIA than it was in the fire department 20 years ago. They had this huge high standard of all the things that you had to be character-wise to get in the door. And yet now we look up, we got chiefs that are fucking stealing our money. We got chiefs that are sleeping with their secretary on our money. We got chiefs down here in Southeast Texas that literally cut multiple positions of daily paid personnel, operation personnel, so that they could double their fucking salary and let the guys eat the bill. Went from running 2 to 3 firefighters on a fire truck to cutting it down to 1 so that he could get a $70,000, $80,000 raise. How is that fucking right? These people are no different than the King of England. Why we started this fucking country, guys. We started this country and we gave a big fuck you to the King of England for a 3% tax. And yet you guys are working in fire departments where chiefs are making $100,000 to $150,000 more than the next rank below them. And everybody's like, well, you know, what do we do? What do we do? You fucking say something about it. You want to know why guys are losing their love for the job is because they're not dumbasses. They can count. They look around and see what's going on and they're like, this ain't right. And it eats you alive on the inside. When you know something is not right and you don't say shit, it will eat you alive on the inside because you're lying to yourself. That is the real mental health issue that is going on in the fire service. It's not the blood and the guts. It's that we have guys in every rank, in every department out there that's in operations that are lying to themselves every waking second because they know shit's wrong and they convince themselves not to say anything because they're scared of the repercussions. When the guys signed the Declaration of Independence, they knew they were committing absolute death. They were traitors. That was their death warrant they signed. Because if that war was lost, that was their ass. They were going to get killed. They were going to either be hung or shot by a firing squad, possibly beheaded. They knew that their kids, their family, all the shit that you guys sit here and whine and cry about. Well, I got a wife and I got kids and I got a mortgage. I got bills to pay. I can't say shit. This country was founded on that. And yet, you're a fucking 250-pound grown-ass man that says they're the bravest person in the United States being a firefighter, and you're scared to call out your chief for stealing. And then you have the audacity to get on social media and talk shit in the comments. And this is the deal, man. I'm not going to make this a super long episode because this is literally, I'm putting my foot in all y'all's asses. This is American shit. This is American shit. And whenever Americans start stepping up and saying, I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say because I can. Nobody owns you. That fire chief you're working for does not fucking own you. Oh, they take your job. Then burn that motherfucker down. That's giving you freedom. Oh, he fired me. He fired me because I spoke up. Call yourself a constitutional fucking lawyer and sue their fucking ass. Burn it to the ground. We're radioactive because we've allowed ourselves to get in a position where all these people that are in different positions of power, and this is not just in your fire departments, guys, this is even at the top levels of fire service influencer world, whatever the hell we even want to call that. This is the thing, man, and I haven't really addressed this issue, and I haven't really gotten in it, but I'm going to talk about it for here just a second. I've had 2 of the largest platforms in the U.S. fire service, worldwide fire service at that point, come after me for a fucking t-shirt. For a fucking t-shirt that literally says, hey, guys, talk about your issues and handle your business. And, you know, these 2 platforms, whatever, you know, I don't care, but this is the thing. Like I said, that's my name. What are these platforms doing? They're running off of pseudonyms. You can go look it up. That ain't even the people's real names. It's not even the real cities that they live in. They have listed on their social media. It damn sure ain't the fire department that they work for because they don't work in the fire department anymore. And you guys are scared shitless of them. It isn't shit. I'm not saying I'm the end-all be-all king ding-a-ling, but at least I'm being me. You're allowing people to bully people on social media that aren't even using their real name. And then they have the audacity to say, well, your shit's bullshit. How is my shit bullshit when I'm saying my real name, I'm getting in front of audiences all across the U.S. and spilling my real stories and spilling my guts to where, and this is the thing, man, you guys might see it kind of sort of on this podcast, but guys, this is the real deal. When I get done doing my lecture, I am fucking exhausted. 4 hours of doing my lecture, I am more tired after doing that than I am when I'm on a fire field for 10 hours a day with you guys. Because I care. And I'm giving y'all the real deal. And this is not some cookie cutter bullshit where I'm sitting up here and just kind of, floating around on happy cloud. I'm telling you guys the real truth and pouring my heart out. And that shit is exhausting. So for some asshole to get over here on social media that wants to come at you in the comments on a fake ass name, why are y'all scared of them? They're radioactive. They're toxic. They are the reason, and they're making millions of fucking dollars off of your guys' silence. They're using a fake name to shut you up. And this is the thing, man, I haven't even talked about this, but in the spirit of the 4th of July, we're going to talk about it. I had those same people with fake names, and these guys wear a badge, right? We all can agree that everybody watches this show, everybody's claiming to be a firefighter, right? Everybody's claiming to be a firefighter. We're a brotherhood. Okay, brother. I had brothers, after one of those groups came after me, sending me private messages telling me they were going to rape my wife and kids. And y'all wonder why I get on this platform and I'm piped the fuck up. You're telling me, and this is the truth, guys that ride a fucking fire truck or claim to were threatening to rape my wife and my daughters. And most of them weren't even under necessarily real names. I know that. But the fact that they were able to message another firefighter simply off of a fucking a t-shirt threatening to rape somebody tells you exactly what the fuck you're dealing with. We're radio fucking active. You can't staff your departments. You're having a mandatory overtime to where it's basically a fucking meme joke now across the nation. I love them because I love a good meme, but like the fact that we're literally having to make jokes about it and memes about the fact that departments are having a mandatory overtime all the time because they can't staff tells you what we're doing is not working. And yet the people that you guys want to follow, the people that you guys want to listen to and think hung the fucking moon in the fire service, literally within their system and their biggest followers and their ride or dies will threaten to rape another firefighter's wife. That is the fucking country that we live in right now. And I've been bottling this shit up for, I guess, going on about 6 months now. And I'm done with it. I'm done with it. When I put out that article the other day and I saw how many of you guys have lost the love of the job due to people like that, I'm done with it. I'm y'all's voice. Come at me, motherfuckers. Come at me. But the problem is you probably won't because you're already using a fake name for everything you do anyway. And that's multiple. Hell, I had comments today. Who and what pissed this guy off? On a damn article talking about losing the love of the job. Go and click on it. It's a fake ass profile. Dude's got 4 fucking followers. And the account was literally created June 29th. This is July 4th. Fake ass name. Firefighters, stop being scared to deal with these people. No one is coming to save this shit. I could be the loudest guy in the room. And a part of the reason why I'm this pissed off is I've seen, and I'm not going to name drop them because I haven't asked for their permission, but I have seen 2 other guys that had very, very successful platforms. And I love these guys. I consider them great friends of mine. 2 of the most, I'm not a kind-hearted person all the time. I am one of the meanest bastards you will ever meet in your entire life. These guys are not them. Kind, loving, way overly trusting individuals that are genuinely trying to do good for the fire service, trying to bring stories to you guys, trying. And when I saw people go after them for doing their damn job, that's when I decided it's fucking over. Come at me. When I saw 500 plus comments, and guys, it was hard for me to read them all, and I'm sorry if I didn't respond to your comment or anything like that. I apologize. I'm a very busy guy. 5 daughters, all that kind of stuff, man. It's busy around here. I literally just got in. I've been on the road for 8 hours today. I'm done putting up with this bullshit when I see hundreds of comments of people being hurt by y'all. The thieves, the liars, the plagiarism, all this different shit that is going on. People stealing people's ideas, people not liking this, people not liking that. We're eating our own. And you have the audacity to want to know why guys are struggling for mental health issues. It's not that anything is wrong with you guys. Nothing is wrong with y'all. You're in a system that is radioactive and extremely toxic. You're in a system where people care more about getting the clicks and the attention and the money and the donations and the this and the that than they care about the job. They've sold their soul. You know, or they're like some of the chiefs I work for. They haven't been on the truck since the 1990s. They have no reality, no touch with reality of what you guys are experiencing on a truck. They're in it for the money at this point. They want the rank and the title, being able to say that they're a chief, and then they're patting their pockets in every simple way possible. I've worked for chiefs that literally will deny the guys to go to a training event or a conference, but then that chief will go to a conference, and I've been there whenever they cut the per diem check. Make the guys have to use their own PTO to go to a conference to learn and train. Same conference. Same fucking conference. The guys can't go to it without having to burn their PTO, can't get per diem, can't get their hotel, none of that shit. But that chief will go to that same conference and there's per diem, hotel, flight car, whole 9 yards. Seen that. It's padding your own pockets. It's very selfish behavior. And that is why you guys are having all your mental health issues. That is why you guys are stressed the fuck out. That is why you guys are going home and drinking. That is why guys are going out there and doing drugs and cheating on their wives. They're looking for any level of happiness that is an escape from the reality of the lies they are living in this industry. We signed up for something that was supposed to be noble and honorable and a profession where you felt an accomplishment by doing the right thing and helping others. And we look around and we are ran by the most selfish, corrupt piece of shits next to the federal government in this entire country. Actually, most of them act just like it because they're all rub elbows and they're all playing the same schemes. So when you're absolutely looking around and realizing how fucked up shit is, guys, and you're lying to yourself day in and day out, that is why you're having mental health issues. And it's not you. I'm here to tell you, it's not you. It's not you guys. What y'all are doing wrong, for one, is you're not saying shit. For two, you're getting consumed by it because it is an overwhelming pressure, especially on social media and things like that. It's a pressure that never feels like it escapes from you. But you're looking around and realizing that everything is a lie. Now, what I said in that post, in that article, is what I meant. Focus on what you can. There's no help for these people. They've sold their soul to the devil, or whatever you want to call it. They sold their soul for the rank. They only care about the title, only care about there's nothing you can do about those people but outlast them. Be better than them. You know, I made the mistake and I'll own this shit, guys. I'm the world's worst. I kept my head down. I focused on making fires. Kept my head down and focused on, I didn't play the politics. I didn't promote up past, ride up battalion chief. Captain was really the highest rank I truly held. I did not get wrapped up in all the politics and the bullshit like I should have. I wanted to make the fires. Still want to make the fires. I wanted to make the fires and didn't care about that office bullshit. And there's a ton of other guys out there that are just like me that did the same thing. And we allowed these pieces of shits to get ahead of us in these positions of power. Very recently, there was a video that came out. I said I was going to address it, so I'm going to address it. There was a video that came out in Harris County, Houston, Texas area, southern Houston area, that a guy, two people were in there was a guy with a road rage incident, happened at a red light. Dude gets out, is literally beating the shit out of this guy. Beating the shit out of the guy on the ground, putting the boots to him, whooping the dog shit out of this dude. Fire department employee, I believe it was a chief supervisor or something, in a flight car, pulls up, starts honking the siren. Basically telling the guy to stop. Didn't get out, didn't intervene, didn't address the guy, all that. Why? Under the guise of scene safety. Okay? It pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie, it really pissed me off. It had me really fired up. But before I opened my mouth, I dug into the situation, man. And this is the deal. I'm not going to totally beat the guy up for his actions. From what I've been told, he's had some medical problems very recently. He's essentially supposed to be on light duty. Getting out and fighting with a guy could potentially kill him, from what I've been told. Okay? I understand that. But here's the thing. We have a duty to act. Get out and hit that motherfucker with a dry chem. In case if y'all ain't ever sprayed a dry chem extinguisher inside a closed area where that shit gets all in your face, you can't breathe. It won't kill you, but it'll make it where you can't breathe. He should have got out and hit the sucker with a dry chem. Boom. Neutralize the whole situation. He can hit him from 10 feet away. The guy can't get his hands on him. He'd be coughing and hacking, and it would be nasty. Neutralize it. But if you don't have that medical problem, and yet you want to cower it out and try to hide in the flight car because you're scared of an ass whooping, what are you doing with a badge on your chest? We have a duty to act, firefighters. We have a duty to act no matter what rank we are. We have a duty to do the right thing, no matter what rank we are. And part of that is, guys, part of that is calling out bullshit. If your spidey senses go off and something doesn't seem right, it's because it isn't right. We got to get out of this goldfish mentality where our attention span is about this fucking long and our ability to critically think is non-existent. This job will kill you. If you can't understand how to read conditions, if you can't understand how to pull an audible on scene and things ain't going right, adjust, move tactics, try something else, this job will get you killed. And it's no different on social media. Just because they're a major platform or they sound good or they have a long resume or what, doesn't always make them right. You have got to learn to critically think. Look at their shit. If they're copy and pasting stuff from somebody else and they're plagiarizing or they're a thief, then they're not the person that you think that they are. If they don't have the ability, I love that the big argument is going on. I wasn't even going to touch on this, but by God, I'm going to now. I love that the big argument is going on in the fire service about AI. AI and writing articles and writing books and the flyers people are putting out and pictures and all this stuff. The AI. And all the people at the top fucking hate it. They hate it. They don't like it. I will tell you guys wholeheartedly, I use AI. I use a very expensive form of AI, actually. I'm not using ChatGPT for everything. Some of my flyers and stuff, if I need to create a flyer pretty easy, guys, I'll tell you straight up, I drop some of my photos into that platform and say, I need you to create me a training flyer for this event this weekend. And boom, 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 boom. It plugs up. I have it critiqued and I issue it out. Saves me time, saves me money, saves me, honestly, time. If you don't like me for that, I'm sorry. But that's what the platform is literally used for. I talked to a major fire service leader a couple weeks ago about this entire topic. Dude's written tons of books. And I asked, like, hey, what is your view on this? And he was very honest with me. He said, man, the way I'm looking at it, I've written a lot of books. And the thing is, in the past, I always had to pay, $1,000 or more, a couple $1,000 to a publisher or an editor or this, that, and the other for them to make sure all my grammar and my spelling, all this shit was correct. And they would sometimes even miss stuff. He's like, the latest book I wrote, I even took their edit, plugged it into ChatGPT, and that sucker still found several dozen more errors of punctuation and grammar that editor missed, and it didn't cost me anything. So this is a reality, and you don't have to like it. This is a reality, and I'm a dumbass. I don't like computers. This is the first laptop I've ever owned. I don't like computers. I don't like all this stuff. I wish we go back to the Stone Age. But the reality is it's here. And if you're looking at a system in which you can use this for a low-cost, more effective method, or this over here that costs you thousands of dollars and still has errors, what makes more sense to you as a normal, everyday person? I'm going to use the method that's more foolproof and is going to cost me less money. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I write these articles. These articles are 100% my story. It's my story, me riding down the road. Y'all want to know the truth? It's me riding down the road, and I'm doing my talk to text through my Bluetooth speakers in there on my iPhone notes. And I'll write out an entire article or the book that I'm writing or anything like that. I'm driving down the road, giving my thoughts to this platform, plugging it all in. And whenever I get that article finished up the way I want it, I run it through grammar checks, I run it through spelling checks, and clean it up. And if I'm the devil for that, then I'm sorry, but that's what I do. Okay? That's what I do. Another thing is, guys, this is where the whole AI deal is going to go. And, for 4th of July, let's just talk about the future of this country. Come up with your own shit. Live your own story. Going on there and typing in whatever, make an article. Hey, what would Heath Meredith say about corrupt fire chiefs? Generate. AI is going to go on the platform and dig through all my bullshit and all my articles on my website, and it's going to plug in. It'll make that article for you. But it's not your shit. You have got to go and live some sort of life and go live some career, go get some experience, screw up some shit. That will give you the platform at a later date to be able to be this famous person that you wish to be on social media. But living through somebody else's stories, guys, that's not going to get you anywhere. And I get asked all the time, man, how do you come up with this? And how do you... I lived it. I fucked a lot of shit up. I've been mad for 15 years in my career behind toxic leadership, snaking, backstabbing. Oh, Meredith's crew made 2 calls after midnight, but they didn't wash the truck this morning. It was raining all night. They didn't wash the truck every time they came back in. I've had that happen. Guess what? That guy's now a chief. The guy that was the captain behind me used to take pictures when we would make calls in the middle of the night and it would be raining. And because we didn't wash the truck before he got there at 5:30 in the morning, he would take pictures and send it to the chief. And he won. He won. He's the big bad chief now and all that shit. Where am I at? I'm over here as a rookie firefighter. But you know what? At the end of the day, nobody's going to call me a snake, and everybody hates that fucking guy. I carried a lot of anger for a long time behind shit like that. Make a fire. Sitting down at the kitchen table to eat. Make a fire. My EO sticks his plate in the microwave. We go make the fire. Gone for 3-4 hours. Come back. Didn't even get to eat. Come back. We clean up everything. We forgot to check the microwave for that plate of food. There's a plate of food left in there. Everything else was cleaned up. Next morning at relief time, that captain comes in there, sees the plate of food in the microwave, takes a picture of it. Oh, Meredith's crew left food out. They didn't clean the kitchen last night. Sends it to the chief. Yeah, he promoted off that shit. Damn sure did. He's a chief. Good job, bud. You're a fucking hero. Nobody trusts you. So I carried anger for items like this, and I've seen it repeatedly. And I could never figure out for the life of me. I asked my wife. I asked God. I begged. I said, why am I going through all of this shit? It's for you guys. One of my own best friends, Chad Hodgins. Shout out to you, Chad. He tells me all the time, he's like, dog, people would not believe the shit you've been through in your career. You could literally, if you do write this book, people are going to think you're lying. There's no way that these stories of all the things you've been through, the chiefs, the shit you've seen, the money you've seen stole, the sex scandals you've seen go down, dudes getting other firefighters pregnant inside the station, but they're both married to other people. All this shit that I've seen happen, nobody would believe it. But guess what? It happened. And I was angry for it for a long time, and I never could figure out why. Why are you going through all this? Why can I not land a perfect department? Not even a perfect. Why can I not land a department in which they're half-ass squared away? for you guys. For you guys. So that whenever I tell a story, I write an article, it's real, it's authentic, it's me, it's things I went through. And when you message me back and you say, man, that exact same thing is happening in my department right now, how do I handle it? And my answer may not be 100%, but I can tell you what I did and what I did and it didn't work, or what I wish I would have done to see if it worked better. Gives me the ability to relate to you guys coast to coast of any rank. That's why I've had hell in my entire career. Took me a long time to realize that. Long time. And I'm proud of it now. Looking back now, I'm like, damn, all these pieces of shit just gave me a ton of content to be able to relate to guys. So when I walk into a room and I give a lecture and I have 50 people in the room, and during the Q&A section at the end, the guys ask me like, hey man, how would you address this issue? Say, hey man, yeah, in 2017, I went through that exact same thing. Let me tell you what I did that worked. Hey man, how do you address this issue? You got a rookie. Hey man, that happened in my station 6 months ago. This is what we did. This is a conversation I had, and this is how it was received. Okay, perfect. You got to live life to be able to give advice. You have to have lived and done this damn job. Guys, I tell you wholeheartedly, man, and I'm not putting the guy on blast because it was an outstanding compliment. Outstanding compliment. I was very proud of this. Did a training this last weekend in Southeast Texas. And I'm not going to say I got the best friends in that area because there's been a lot of political turmoil that I wasn't even involved in, but there's a lot of political turmoil that I just happen to be present for. I have no dog in the fight, okay? But because my name was attached to certain departments when basically an entire political administrative thing happened, there's certain people that's like, oh, yeah, Meredith, I don't know about that guy. So we teach a class down there. That was the vibe of some of the people that were at that department that hosted. They've heard some horror stories. They didn't know where I landed on this, that, the other, whatever. Hands down, whatever. By day 3 of this class, I've got these guys that didn't know much, didn't know what to think of me. And they're coming out there to the class looking around at me and my instructors and no bullshit. A guy that, I've known him a long time, but we haven't always had the greatest relationship. He's straight up. He's like, dude, I'm in the fire department a long time. I learned a lot of shit today. You guys know what the fuck y'all are doing. You guys really, we knew how to, we're talking about drafting, rural water supply. You guys are firefighters. He's been shown how to, pull a draft off a prime. He's been shown how to do burp drafting. Nobody ever showed him how to do a backflow. Nobody showed him these guys how to be able to catch a prime if you don't have any air in your tanks because you got an air primer or your hydraulic primer goes out. So we were able to teach these guys about jet siphoning and transfer, all this different shit that you can do. There's more than one method to be able to do something. And quite frankly, the reason that we have this ability is because we do the damn job. And my guys and I we look around and we don't think that we're shit because we're just normal dudes, right? We're just normal guys running calls, head down, trying to make fires. We go and teach this training the other day, come back, go straight to our department the next day, work our 48. Fortunately or unfortunately, I didn't make them all because I was at another station driving. But my guys made 4 or 5 fires in 48 hours. We're not even 24 hours out of a training evolution, and the exact shit that we're teaching these guys how to do, pulling a draft off of a retention pond, which is just a body of water, like a small lake. And our guys are drafting, fighting a multi-structure house fire, drafting, establishing water supply. We get to do the job. So when we come to you guys and we're teaching stuff, we're not pulling out of a hat. It's not something that we went and took at a conference, a class. I didn't go, I'm not hating on him because I love the man. I didn't go take Todd Edwards' class, rip it off, and come over here and try to teach it to you guys. Now, have I been around when he's teaching? Yeah, his shit is phenomenal. But I can take the same stuff that he's teaching and show you how it works for us. He comes from Atlanta. They do the search and rescue, and it's search and rescue that he teaches absolutely works. I could teach it to the guys over here that have a different level of staffing, that have different levels of manpower and all the different things because we do it that way. So you have to be able to go and have some experience to go and teach. You can't go rob or rip off another guy's class and then think you're going to put yourself out there and become the next Todd Edwards when you ain't done no Todd Edwards shit. You know? You can't go take a Kyle Romigus class about smoothbores. Go back to your department that's only ever ran fog nozzle, and I'm this guy. I don't teach that shit. Because, yes, I have worked at, some of my departments I've worked at in my life, we have had smoothbores and all that kind of shit. I know how to use them. But I am not the king dingaling on the smoothbore cartel shit. So I don't teach it. If guys have questions, be like, hey, man, yeah, this is how I do it. But I'm not the guy. If you want to know how to do all that shit, then you call Kyle. You book Kyle to come teach it. And that's not what I see. I see dudes that go take Kyle's class, and then the next thing you know, they're putting in for a conference somewhere else, and you go back to look at their department, they don't make fires, and they're running fog nozzles with eco hose on their fire trucks. But they're trying to teach Kyle shit. Go live your life, experience your shit, build your name, what your real name is. Go by your real name. Live your real life. Your career is your career. Stop comparing it to other people's or trying to copy other people's. Go be your shit. And quite frankly, guys, if you work at a department that's nothing but EMS and you want to make fires, pack your shit up and go somewhere that burns. I did it. I took a $20,000 pay cut to go chase fires. Went from being on the peg for the next up district chief, because I was the most senior captain, to $20,000 pay cut on the other side of Houston because I wanted to make fires. I wasn't making enough where I was at. We made some, but not enough. I wanted more. Now I have the stories to tell. Now I can go teach the classes. Now I can go in there and show you, hey, man, if it's just two guys on the fire truck or one guy on the fire truck, this is how you fight fire and do a search. You can't go do that shit if you're trying to live off of a fake fucking name. And the big wigs at the top are selling y'all a dream to make money, guys. That's another reason I say that we're radioactive. Everybody's out, and I'm running a business. No ifs, ands, or buts about the bullshit. I am running a business. I'm running a for-profit business. You guys that don't like me for that, fuck off. It's that simple. I got bills to pay. I have instructors to pay. I don't ask my instructors to fly and go work for 3 days for free. If you got a problem with that, but you're willing to go to fucking wherever and go buy some big ass shit where a CEO of a big ass company is making $1 million a year or several $100,000 a year, you're a fucking hypocrite. If you genuinely think that these people running these massive platforms or massive organizations, just because they're related to the fire service and they have that Maltese cross, if you think they're doing that shit for free, you're a fool. They're not. There's a reason that people retire from their departments and go work for these big organizations. So I don't have a problem with that. I have no problem with people running a business to make money. That's what this country is founded on. Capitalism. Run your business to make money. Give a good product. If the customers like the product, they buy the shit. You make sure you take care of the customer. You give them the best shit. And that's all it is. That is all it is. But where I have a problem with is the guys out there like me that are the small time, and I ask for a little bit of money, whatever, to pay my guys. Well, you should do this shit for free. But you'll turn around and go and pay some big name whatever, latest, greatest, whatever, and you have no problem writing them a $10,000, $20,000 check to come talk to you for 2 hours. But you want to call little guys like me and some of these other small cadres out there, say that we're greedy and shit. Okay. That's radioactive behavior. If you're in this shit for the business side, then just say that. I don't care. I am. And if you're going to get my comments and talk shit, go fuck yourself. It's that simple. It's a business. LLC. That means it's a business. This shit don't say foundation. This don't say 501c3 behind it where it's a nonprofit, which that's a whole other scheme of bullshit that's going on that's radioactive in the fire service. You guys think that these people, just because they're running, where they're giving away all this, that, and the other, they're cutting a check to themselves. You go look at the board of directors. They got family members on the board of directors. They're getting a board of director salary from the shit. This is not free land. Nobody's doing this shit for free, guys. Nobody. Not the King of England, not the President of the United States, and damn sure not a firefighter. So stop living in la la land and pretending like It's just all about being honorable and noble. It's not honorable and noble whenever you're stealing, when you're plagiarizing, and whenever you're acting like a complete hypocrite. There's nothing good about that. And when I see you get on social media and you destroy people that I know are genuinely kind-hearted individuals that actually are doing it out of their own pocket, and there's been a bunch of my friends, y'all get mad, there's been a bunch of my friends, I've told them straight up, stop going to these conferences for free. Don't go out here and create content. Don't go out here and give your lecture and all this shit, fly, hotel fees, rental car fees, all on your own dime. Hell no. If these people had the money to pay big names to come in, $10,000, $20,000 to come in, man, they could pay you for your fucking travel. I'm that guy. I'm standing up for that. Firemen are the worst. You're the worst. You want free shit in one hand, but, you're over here willing to pay for popularity on another side. And that's just true, cold, hard facts. True, cold, hard facts. So, guys, man, I hope that's a big enough kick in the ass for you guys for the 4th of July. Y'all listen to this. I hope it gets you fired up. I hope it gets you pissed off. One of my buddies at Chief on here, he said, man, well, I gave my founding outlaws a little heads up, like, hey, man, we're either going to make or break on this one. And when the founding outlaws, they were like, hey, well, we'll bring the gas cans. Let's burn this bitch to the ground. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Because that's where we are. When we have guys literally killing themselves behind the toxicity and the radioactive behavior of the leadership of today's fire service at every department, we ain't doing the right thing. What we're doing is not working. People are dying. I used to laugh when I was a kid and they would talk about how video games were desensitizing the youth to death. And I'm like, man, that's fucking stupid. Get out of here with that. It's true. Between TV, video games, the shit you see on the news, all this kind of shit, we are so desensitized to death. A firefighter will die. In 48 hours, we forgot about it. What's even worse is a firefighter will kill themselves inside a fire station. Doesn't go down as a line of duty death. They're forgot about within a month. Why'd they kill themselves? Because of you motherfuckers. You weren't there for them. You did nothing but talk shit on them. It's easy to put up a 1-800 call me on Facebook. It's a whole lot easier when you start seeing that guy struggling behind somebody that's literally trying to destroy them on social media, in their department, all that kind of shit, going after them personally, trying to make their life a living hell, threatening their well-being, threatening their livelihood, and you're not saying shit. You're not even calling and fucking checking on them, shooting them a message. Hey, man, checking on you. Everything good this week? I know you're going through some shit. You're a hypocritical motherfucker to even post a damn thing during the month of June. Guys, it's time the fire service wakes up. 250 years. 250 years in the United States of America. 250 years. And you look around, we're not in a good place. We're not in a good place. And here's the thing, man. The fire department, firefighters are one of the oldest professions in the country. They teach us that in our history of the fire service. One of the oldest professions, one of the most trusted professions on planet Earth. It's time we step up. I've been saying this shit for years. You guys have been listening. I believe that firefighters can fix this country culturally because our communities trust us so much. If firefighters come together, doesn't matter if you're a department of 8 people or a department of 80,000 people. Firefighters put aside their petty bullshit, come together. You could get rid of any chief that you want to get rid of. You can get rid of any politician in your community that you want to get rid of. You can literally set the standard for the community if you get out and have a voice. Firefighters get together as a community and they go out and say, hey, in our town, we're not littering anymore. and firefighters are up and down every street during the day and very visible, we're not littering anymore in this town. It would fix. It would fix itself. Now, we can't be cowards and sit in the flat car and just honk the fucking siren when we see somebody doing something wrong. We get out and confront it. We don't hide behind safety culture and say, oh, scene safe. No. Hey, motherfucker, we're not doing that shit over here. It's the land of the free and home of the brave, and it's time you guys start acting like it. 250 years, if you guys, this is a thing, and why I'm so fired up about this. 5 daughters, guys. I'm scared to death for one of what we're leaving our kids in this country. If you're a parent and it doesn't worry you of where we're going with everything, that our kids are going to be in the next war, that our kids are going to be financial slaves, that our kids are not going to have jack shit. You think about what we had as kids. We could go ride our bikes for hours. Parents didn't have to worry about us. The old rule was, come home when the lights come on. Well, I didn't grow up where there was lights, but when dad whistled at night, that was when it's time to come home. You can't even let your kids sit in the damn car while you run into the store anymore without worried about some fucking asshole doing something to them. And you think this is a good place at 250 years? You want to fix that shit? Firefighters start stepping up. Start stomping on some motherfuckers' asses. Y'all need to go watch Gangs in New York. There was a little bit of gang shit, whatever. But if firefighters on a crew saw somebody raping somebody or beating somebody's ass up, and everybody got off that truck with a fucking Halligan in their hand and went to fucking work, nothing would happen. There's no jury that's going to convict y'all. But what'd y'all do? Yeah, we beat the shit out of a guy that was raping somebody. There was a guy they were jumping somebody, and we beat the shit out of them because they wouldn't stop. We told them to stop. They wouldn't stop. We stopped them. Guy in Arkansas right now, somebody raped his daughter. He killed the rapist. He just won the sheriff's spot. Acquitted of all charges. Now he's the damn sheriff. The country wants this, guys. The country wants it. Stop being a bitch. Step the fuck up. Your wives want the shit. Your kids want the shit. You're over here hiding, scared of a motherfucker commenting on your Facebook behind something you said that's got a fake fucking name. If everybody collectively says what the fuck they think and has a true firehouse fistfights mentality and has a real conversation, just get shit off their chest and say, nobody's going to say shit to you. Your fire department over here, you march everybody into your city council meeting because you got a fucking radioactive chief. That chief is gone. They can't replace all of the department to keep one guy. And if they do, fuck them. Go work somewhere else. Come to Texas. Every department on every corner in Harris County is hiring all the time. I say that all the time, man, guys, and I'm a piece of shit for it, whatever. Say what you want to. Whatever. Something happens here, somebody doesn't like what I say, my department gets mad at me, okay, fine. There's literally another paid department 2 blocks down the road. And if all else fails, if I stand up for what I believe is right for my wife and kids and somebody's got a fucking problem with that, I'll change oil for a living. That's what grown men do. We're not guaranteed anything. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. You're not guaranteed that pension. But what your responsibility is to guarantee that you're doing the right fucking thing. Life's really short, guys. Life's really short. And you're going to be remembered for what you did and what you didn't do. Just like that guy, that captain that's now a chief, he's fucking hated by everybody. No one trusts the guy. He's riding his time out, but nobody trusts him. Yeah, okay, he's great. He got to, be an assistant chief. Good job, dude. But everybody fucking hates you. And his mental health is shit. I've heard personally, dude's in a midlife crisis and all kinds of shit because he's fucking destroyed because everybody hates him. Nobody trusts him. He doesn't have any good quality of life. He probably goes home, looks at himself in the mirror, and is disgusted with what he is. And if he ain't, then he's probably a psychopath. So what difference does it make? What's eating you guys alive and why you're pissed off and why you're getting on there and you lost a love for the job is because you're lying to yourself about what you're going through because you're trying to tell yourself that it's all okay and it's not okay. Start fixing the problem. Start at your level. Go look yourself in the mirror, see what you need to do, whether you need to get yourself in order. Hey, and shout out to you, Carla, real quick, guys. If y'all don't like what I have to say, man, if this one fucking person, the fact that I put a foot in one person's ass, made her lose over 70-something pounds, and after she was in a very, very depressed state, beating herself up and really not happy with life to the point where now she's an absolute fucking rock star. I shared her story on the page today because I was so fucking proud of her, and I got the opportunity to truly meet her in person in Tennessee this year, and we taught at Smoky Mountain Weekend. If everybody else stops following me today, but I know that one person got a swift kick in the ass to get up off the couch and go out there and live life, losing 70-something pounds, becoming very successful in her department, and being able to teach the lesson of get out there and do it to all the people in her department, then fuck it, man. That's all I really needed to do anyway. And that should be every single one of your philosophies. Do something for one person in your department. I did my virtual lecture, and I'll wrap this up. I did my virtual lecture yesterday, and one of the questions that got asked from one of the guys is like, hey, man, all the stuff you're talking about, I'm dealing with. I got this in my chief. I got this going on with some officers. I got blah, 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 blah. All the toxic, radioactive shit. What do I do? And I said, man, it's very simple. It's not simple. I'm sorry, it's not easy, but it's simple. They're a lost cause. They're radioactive. They sold their soul. They're whatever. How long you been in the fire department? Man, I've been here 7 years. What rank are you? I'm a firefighter. Perfect. You're a 7-year pipeman at your department. That means that every rookie that comes in your department, you're a hero to. You're the senior guy. Bring them up the right way. Teach them to have conversations at the kitchen table about issues, whatever it is, family shit, station shit, fireground shit, strategies and tactics. Have those talks at the kitchen table. Teach them from day one that stuff. Make them work out with you. Make them train with you. Make them do all the things that you wish somebody would have done with you or for you. Do those for these new guys. When these old bastards are gone and the greedy motherfuckers finally die, you'll be 15 years on the job, 20 years on the job. And every single one of those young guys that you brought in the right way, you won't have to have rank. They're automatically going to come to you because they trust you because you put in the shit with them. You were the true organic leader when they needed one. You gave them the guidance in life. You gave them the give a damn that they were looking for when they came in the door. While all these fucking resume chasing, title chasing people were out screwing everybody over. And don't think that anybody doesn't see that shit. But they were out screwing everybody over. They saw that, and then they saw you as the guy that was outside throwing ladders with them. That was in the gym with them. That was telling them, hey, push that one more rep. Get that one more fucking rep in. I'm going to make you strong. Do one more. You'll look up in 5 years, and them guys are going to be calling you, not calling the chief. That's how you start fixing the issues. That's how we change the next 10 years. It's not through Facebook. It's not through articles. It's not through books and leadership and all this kind of stuff. And that stuff is great, and it's great information, but that's not how we fix it. We fix it by doing shit. Doing the real action is how we fix it. Just like July 4th, 1776, doing real shit. Signing your name on something that says, I'm going to be dead. That's it. All right, guys, we'll catch you all in the next one.